So in this video we're going to go through how to use the monitoring app in Trimble Access. So first of all I'm going to press the monitoring button. Once the app is open, press the instrument button to set up the connection between the control and the total station. In this case I'm going to use a radio, check my radio channel settings are OK, and tap connect. Just while that's connecting, I'll have a look at the CSV files I'm going to use here. So I'm going to use a CSV for the station coordinates. As we can see here, this is the station coordinate file, point ID, easting, northing, level and code. And I'm going to also use a CSV file containing the coordinates of the targets that are going to be monitored. So fairly similar to begin with, point ID, easting, northing, level and the code. And then over here we've got the target height and the prism constant and the measurement method. And that information is contained and specified in the monitoring app help document. So if I go back into the app, the instrument's connected, go to the jobs button next. This is where we set up the job. Just going to make a new job. Okay, so put in some job information, tap next, and then go to import to set up the job in terms of the station coordinates and the targets to be monitored. So first of all I want to bring in the CSV containing the station information. I'm not going to select a station from this list because I'm going to be using a resection setup method. If I was setting up over a known point, then one of these should be picked from the list. But as I'm going to use resection, I'll just press next, and then to the select backsite screen, I want to select them all as backsites and then hit next, and then hit finish on the foresight screen. Then press next on this screen and put in the name for the station. It's going to be set over, the instrument height and the method. In which case I'm going for a resection, fixed scale factor of 1, and I'm going to set up the backsites and the foresight monitoring targets here. So first of all I'll just set up the backsites that are going to be resected to. I just need to click on the prism box and then edit target to put in some target height and prism information for these backsites. I'm going to press this import button at the top and click on the target CSV file, tap OK, and that's going to import the targets from those CSV files. Now the CSV files have to be placed in the monitoring app folder on the controller. So it's very important they're placed in that specific folder within the Trimble data folder hierarchy. So because the CSV file for the targets to be monitored contain the target height and prism constant information, I haven't had to enter that. So for points 1 and 2, that information has imported from the CSV file. So I can now hit next and put in some warning, tolerance information, and then next. Select the time interval and then next. Then tap finish. So the next thing to do is to orient the total station. So I'll tap the orient button, enter the temperature, check the instrument height and the method, and then next. In this case I'm going to select 3 back sights for the orientation and accept. I now need to aim to the first target. And then tap measure. Just going to aim to the second target. And measure. Okay, having measured the first 2 targets, it will turn automatically to the third one selected. So check it's aimed and locked, and then I'll tap measure. Okay, so now I'm ready to survey. Press the survey button. And press start. Let's confirm the temperature. And then I'm going to start straight away, so I'm going to press the start now button. And it will proceed to measure the backside points and then the foresight targets to be monitored. So I'm going to repeat those measurements on phase 2. So having completed the round, because I set the tolerances very tight, I've got information messages about deviations for the backside target here and for the foresight targets here. Let's close that warning dialog, and it's now starting the second round of measurements. I'm not on a very stable setup here to record the video, so there will be a little variation between the measurements. Okay, and I've got my warning screen again. Okay, so I've got the 2 mil in the horizontal distance. Close that. I can look at the points list here. Shows me I've measured 2 epochs and when the next measuring round or the next epoch will begin. And I've also got the map here showing the distribution of the points. Okay, at this stage I'm going to hit stop, close the survey dialog, and at this point now I could transfer the job file to a PC to generate reports using the ASCII file generator or a similar dialog in Trimble Business Center, or can produce a more basic report straight off the controller. Go to the export button and pick the export type required. Okay, and that's just showing the exported file on the controller. So that's a quick run through of the monitoring app in Trimble Access and how you can use CSV files to set up the monitoring job using one file containing the station coordinates and another file containing the points to be measured along with their target height and prism constant information. If you have any questions about the monitoring app, please get in touch. Use the email address support@cardgroup.com or telephone on number 0345 603 1214 and choose option 4 or 5.